I have to do it. I have to review the second part of the ATGames Sega Genesis game console. Why? Well, I feel like it's an unfinished review if I don't review the second portion of the game console, which is the arcade games, as they say. Which, the fuck? There's not even any arcade games to be found. There's no, Galaga, Galaxian, Pac-Man. There's no arcade games on it. There's not really any arcade games as I consider it. So I gotta find this damn thing wherever the fuck I put it, and we gotta review the second portion of this game console. Where the hell did I put it? Is it here?
1 hour later.
There's only one spot it could be in, and that's in there. The basement. So we already went over the console in part 1, but just to reiterate, you have an on and off switch, obviously, because you need that to operate the damn thing. You have a menu button, which will set you back to the main menu. You have a shitty game company logo, I guess. You have the real company logo, which is this console is trying to be marketed as the Sega Genesis, which obviously it's not. You have a cartridge tray, which, it gets stuck, obviously, and to fix it, you push down right here, and it'll release the tray, which, since it's stuck, I have to do that, but yeah, this console is, as you can tell, made the same way as the controller. That's not good. The console should be different than the controller. It should not be made out of the same, plasticky material. At least that's what I come to believe, that it's plasticky material. Here's the sensor for the wireless controller, right here. It doesn't really do a good job of picking up the wireless aspect of the controller. But you also have a player 1, a player 2, with actual Sega Genesis controller ports, which they should have just, added the Sega Genesis controller to the damn bundle, which I don't know why they didn't. Conditions: this device may not cause harmful interference, and this device may accept any interference received, including interference that may cause undesired operation. Okay, cool. That's just what I wanted to know. Not really, but, this console, it shouldn't be made out of this plasticky material like the controller. It should not be made out of the same material as the controller. The fact that it is, just shows really poor quality in their part. This logo should not even be on the damn console. This is the company that made this, not this. This is the company this is trying to rip off. Now we got that out of the way, let's go check out these arcade games. I know I complained about the controller in part 1 of the review of ATGames Sega Genesis, but it's just the worst. If you have the option, please, hook up a damn Sega Genesis controller. That's really what it is. You gotta hook up the Sega Genesis controller. This is not a Sega Genesis controller. It's not even a 6-button fighter pad. It's... Look. Look, do you hear that? It doesn't sound like it's made with top quality material. It doesn't sound like it's made with love and care like a Sega Genesis controller used to be. It's like they just kind of shittily made it just so they could fucking market this shit. Again, I should reiterate, this controller is really not that good. It's plastic, the buttons are rubbery, the D-pad is just horrendous. Like, look at it. It's on its own little pivot. Here, and as you can see, like, look at that. Look at that. Do you see that? It's on its own, like, thing. But it's not sitting in its own, like, look. Look at that. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but that's awful. Like, feel these buttons. They don't sound like Sega Genesis controller buttons. Obviously, you gotta start. You know, it's not... You can switch it from player 1 to player 2 if you have 2 players. It's really not that good of a controller. Like, look at that. Look at that D-pad. Look at that. It feels rubbery in my hand. Like, the D-pad is the worst thing about this controller, outside of some of the buttons that don't feel like Sega Genesis buttons. Let's turn this fucker on one last time. Now I understand I'm playing this on an HD television flat screen, but look at the damn fucking pixelation on this shit. That is awful. I don't know if that's just a thumbnail for the Game Alex kid or not, but this is not good. That's actually hurting my eyes to look at that. And some of these other ones, I don't even know if those are words. Like, what even does that... What the fuck? Like, okay, that's... You know that would be Sega if it wasn't so blurry and pixelated. Like, I don't even know if it's just my TV screen, because, like I said, it's HD television, but some of these you just can't even make out what it is. Like, you know those are Golden Axe, like, that one's fine. You can see it says 1 or 2 players start. Like, that's okay. But, like, the fuck is that? Like, that's like pixelated gargled mess. Like, you can, like, that's legible right there. Those, not so much, but, you know. Like, what is even that? Like some of these, I don't even... Like, is that supposed to be Sonya? Like, who thought taking an up-close picture of the games was a good idea? I certainly don't think it's a good idea. Like that, at least you know that's Sonic and Knuckles. That's the best one so far. At least they have good representation for Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic and Knuckles. What does the other ones look like though? Okay, that's not. I thought they would at least have the. They don't have the title screen on the damn image for Sonic the Hedgehog 2. What the hell? Like, that one should have been the title screen. Like, just look at some of these thumbnails. Like, I can't even make out what that says. Push, strat, butch. I don't even know what that says. Oof. Look at some of these games. They're just so utterly generic. I'm not even seeing a single game I haven't seen on another console, or even an old computer. These are the plainest looking titles to games I've ever seen. Chess? Mm-mm. Checker? Not even with an S. Have I just been pronouncing it wrong? These games are making me question even the simplest things. I don't even have anything else to say. These games undoubtedly speak for themselves. They're saying you're going to have no friends if you play these games. So as you saw from the list of games, these aren't really games you consider arcade, would you? No, these are just games that they slapped together in order to fit the amount of games that they wanted to have on there. Because they couldn't have every single Sega Genesis game. They couldn't have 80 Sega Genesis games, so they had to do with what they had. They had to make knockoff games of other games and arcade style games, like quick games that you can play within a couple minutes worth of gameplay. This is just the worst shit you could even imagine. And now that we're going to go through these, I'll show you just exactly how bad these games are. Air hockey. Because who wouldn't want to sit at home and play air hockey on the Sega Genesis ATGames console, instead of going out and playing it, maybe in an arcade or something. This generic butt rock music is the absolute worst. Even on the gameplay, that loop of butt rock music is still there. And look at this. I'm not even playing badly on purpose. This is legitimately me trying to play my best in this game. And with these controls, I'm not getting very far. Oh, fuck, shit. Okay, I keep losing. What the hell? Does this computer, know all the secrets on how to beat you in air hockey? Isn't this just the saddest damn game over music you've ever heard? Almost like the game is mocking you. Almost like the developers are taunting you for not being able to win the simplest game. How would you make a decent, competent game with a decent, competent wireless controller? Black sheep. You have to find the odd sheep out in the crowd. The black sheep. How hilariously punny. There are sheep that are black, but you have to figure out which is the black sheep going in the opposite direction. Not even a kindergartner would find that funny. Oh, and the music you're hearing? Yeah, it's just a shitty mini version of Oh Susanna. I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. Hey! Here we have Bomber. Excuse me. Boomer. Doesn't this game just look a tad bit familiar? It's just Bomberman! Yes, you heard me right. Bomberman. What? They just fucking made Bomberman. That's Bomberman. Oh, I can expect that from the title Bomber. I mean, yeah, Bomber. Bomberman. That's fucking Bomberman. Whose fucking bright idea was this shit? Who's the person at AtGames that decided, oh, let's rip off Bomberman and make it their own fucking game? Dumbasses. And next we have Bottle Taps Race. Yeah, because why would they want to proofread this? Unless this is one of their oh so hilarious puns. Get it? Bottle taps? Because you're tapping bottle caps? No! Every time I try to even move somewhere on the course, I end up hitting a wall. And it sends me back to the position I was just in. I obviously lost this game, but because there's no way to know how much momentum I was giving the cap since the meter means absolutely dog shit. Next is Brain Switch. And I know this song from somewhere, but I really don't care to try to figure it out. This game is not very good, at all. I honestly couldn't tell you what you were supposed to be doing. I just click whatever just to end the game. Pointless game is pointless. Next up is Bulls and Cows? Unfortunately, this title is not a pun. Not something clever. No, it's actually a lie. There's 0 bulls and absolutely 0 cows in this game. It's probably referring to the game being bullshit and also cow manure. Just look at this. Can you decipher any of this? What makes this worse is the awkward silence you get while playing the game. 0 music whatsoever. It must be sad that I'm actually hoping for music to return. Oh boy, actual music again. Can't believe I'm happy to hear this MIDI abomination. This music is just horrible. Was I happy to have music back? No. I'm actually more happy my ears haven't exploded. What? You loose? You loose? No, I'm actually really pretty tight right now. Thanks for asking, Mr. Asian Man. Who the fuck's idea was that to not proofread this game? You loose? Who decided it was acceptable to have you loose on the damn game over screen? I feel worse about losing than I do about winning. But that's because they didn't proofread the damn thing. Not because I actually lost the fucking game, but because the damn fucking game over screen says loose instead of lose. And here we have checker. Okay, somebody tell me, did we forget the S here, or is this just another different game entirely? No, because this is actually Chinese checkers. So, even if it's Chinese checkers, they still forgot the fucking S. A modified version of Chinese checkers. No matter how you look at it, they forgot the fucking S. This game is trash. Excuse the fuck again? Oh, this might be a joke this time. Because this is Chinese checkers. You lose. Haha. This time it's actually pretty funny. But no, it's actually not, because it's actually pissing me the fuck off. Next game I don't really have to explain. It's just chess. That's all it is. And it's pretty enjoyable if I'm being honest. That doesn't mean much with these god-awful sound effects that rip through your eardrums, along with the looping MIDI music. I do like how they have a timer to show you how long it takes to move your pieces. That's legitimately a thing in chess tournaments. Kudos for this being a legitimate chess game. Did it need to be on this console? Not at all, but at least if you mute it, it's an enjoyable experience. Yeah, it's one out of these fucking 40 games had to be good, at least. Next is, color puzzle. Paint cans, and I guess you have to match the meaning correctly with what the color is. I have no idea. This music is giving me an unbelievable headache. Fuck this one. Next we have a game we've seen on almost every single console. Cross the Road. A subpar at best version of Frogger. Or for a more modern comparison, Crossing Roads. Not an easy game to play with this stupid controller. Now most of these games suffer the same fate. Fucking infrared wireless controllers. Curling 2010, or motherfucking dodgeball. I have no words. And next on the list is Dominant Color. Now I'm honestly serious when I say this. Who the fuck made the music for these games? Honestly, I'd love to know. Did someone just smash their head into an electric keyboard and just call it a day? This game is simple. You just choose which color there is more of. Sometimes less so. What was the challenge this game offers? Fight or lose. Glad they didn't call it Fight or Loose, or I was gonna lose my shit. Basically, this is a game of chess, but with only a few pieces on the board and a very specific amount of moves you can make. Interesting concept, but did they really need to waste a spot with this game? Or even half the awful games on this console for that matter? Firefly Glow is just an awful version of Simon Says. And even when I hit the right damn Firefly, it doesn't respond. It says I'm wrong. The fuck? And don't you just love the silence in this game? It's almost like you're aiming at the night sky watching the fireflies glow up. I mean, yeah, they're glowing up, but nothing's fucking happening for me. Flash memory. Don't you just love that really shittily made MIDI version of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star? That's literally the epitome of this console, is this MIDI version of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. The game's nothing groundbreaking, you just match the stars with the numbers that you see. That's literally it. Nothing else. It's basically 5, 6, and 8. That's it. That's all you do. This is the whole game is pretty much matching numbers from highest to lowest to highest. That's literally the whole game. Why the fuck did they need to make this a star catching game? Or why they needed to put Twinkle Twinkle Little Star in there at any point? I don't know. This makes no fucking sense to me. Formula Challenge. Because do you really want to go back to school? No, just play this fucking game. Yeah, I can't tell you what's going on in this game because I didn't even bother to play it. So, your guess is as good as mine on this one. Next. What a weird fucking title. Hexagonos. I honestly don't know what's going on in this game either because I didn't even bother to play it, but you can see it's science. If you want to go back to school, but this is science. This is literally science. You have math games and science games in this fucking console. Whose bright idea was that? You don't want education in your video games. Sure, there could be times when you need to solve something, in a game that requires like muscle memory or something, but this is not it, Chief. Jax P. And an interesting title, I should say. Glad I didn't fuck up the name on this one. This is basically a Jack and a Beanstalk type game. You're Jack and you're climbing up the beanstalk with these different platforms that you jump on. The jumping is only one motion, so when you jump, you only have one frame to jump up. You can't go to the side, you just fall off if you try to go to the side. You can't change direction in mid-jump, so you're fucked only trying to jump when the platform is on top of you. Not anywhere to the side or anywhere to the other side, only on the top, which does cause a little bit of a problem with this game lagging and the fucking controller. This stupid damn asinine controller. Jewel Magic, a columns type clone, made by ATGames themselves. And it's a very interesting game. It's not bad, to say the least, but it is confusing when you got triangles that face up, triangles that face down, certain type of colors of each triangle, and you gotta match them. So you gotta match the right ones with the right ones going up and the right ones going down. And you have to match the right ones with the right colors, and the ones that are going up have to be the same colors as the ones that are going up. And it's so confusing. Why even make a game like this on a console that already has two different columns type games? Logic dial. I don't know what the point of having Yankee Doodle in the background is, but there you go. If you want to hear Yankee Doodle in a shit MIDI version, there you go. So the point of this game is to rotate the numbers around so that each number is in the row is going in succession. Very fun game. Yeah, no, not really. This game's stupid. Next up is Mahjong. Mahjong. Oh my fucking god, that music! That music. Oh, what is that music? My ears. Oh, goddamn, hopefully I can recover. Next is Match 11. And, the significance of Blow the Man Down in a card matching game. I have no earthly idea why. This makes no fucking sense at all. So in this game, you gotta match 11 with the cards that you're given. Match number 11 and you win. That's literally it. The significance of the song in this game makes no fucking sense. This game doesn't need to be on here. Most of these games don't need to be on here. Let's just get to the next fucking game. Mega Brain Switch. A sequel to Brain Switch. Pretty much the same exact damn game as the first. No need to explain what this is. Why they would have a sequel of a game that no one's even gonna play, your guess is as good as mine. And next is Memory, and oh my fucking god, why does every game with this style of title screen have the same exact ear-grating music? I don't have any fucking idea. I don't even care what this game is now. This game can go fuck itself for all I care. Memory Match. Now, I have no clue why they have all these different matching type games or memory type games, but I don't care for any of them, really. None of them are really that good. So in this one, you gotta match whatever's on the right to whatever was in the middle previously. But they don't show you what was in the middle previously, you just gotta remember. Hence the name Memory Match. Clever. That's all I can say is clever. This game, pointless. Mirror, mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall, what's the worst console of them all? The ATGames Sega Genesis. In this game, you have to match the letters to the opposite side. Sometimes it's more difficult because they color certain portions in so that the opposite side would be reversed. This game sucks. It's really not that interesting. Most of these games are like that. Why am I doing this? Next game is Mr. Balls. How the fuck did they get away with calling this game Mr. Balls? Now I don't even give a fuck what's in the game. I don't even care what the game is actually like. the fact that they called it Mr. Balls is hilarious as fuck. That's it. This is the best game hands down. Mr. Balls, easily the best game on the ATGames Sega Genesis. No more games can compete. None of the games in the Sega Genesis category can compete. This game is the best game on the console. Next is Naval Power, an actual good game. You know how I said chess was the only redeeming factor of this console? Well, I was wrong. This game is actually pretty good. Instead of playing Battleship by yourself, you could play it on this game, Naval Power. They actually mark where you miss, and they mark where you hit. If you hit, somebody's ship actually looks destroyed. And if you miss, you have a miss marker that shows you hit the water. This is actually a really fucking good game. Why is it hidden within this console? I will never know. But this is actually a really good game. Now, I'm not too crazy for the music in this game, or really any of these games for that matter. This game is really damn good. I'm not going to lie to you. This game is really good. Fuck everything else on this console, just play it for this game. Pay-to-clift, or as I like to call it, stop the elevator of the game. Basically, you have to stop the floor that the person asked you to stop for. It's really just, it's not fun. You just click a button and you win, you lose, it doesn't fucking matter. Reaction match. No, not another fucking matching game. I will not fucking do it. I refuse to play another matching game on this console. From here on, I repeat, I will not play another damn memory match type game on this damn console. Did you ever want to play Snake while your ears are bleeding? Well, this is the remedy for you. This game is not that bad, but with these damn controls and this damn music, I just can't recommend it. Fuck this game and fuck every fucking clone game on here. Space Hunter. Find the spacecraft, wherever it is, on which planet, whatever the fuck, I don't even care. My patience is wearing really thin with this damn console. And what's the most irritating is that none of these games are that entertaining. None of these games have anything worth of value to them. They're just slapped onto the console for the sake of having more games. What the hell? And I'm not even going to get into the math portion of Space Hunter, because it's really not even that important. They just added it in there to make it somewhat educational, which some of these games apparently are for some reason. I don't know why. Sparkling Truffle. Another Simon Says clone. Awesome. Like, we really need another one of those. Basically, you have to tap the truffles when they light up and just go in the pattern that they say, like Simon Says. But the one thing that really messes this game up is the fact that each sound that the truffles make, they don't change. It's the same sound all across. So you don't get a different sound, and you don't get to have that feeling of, oh, I'm making different sounds happen because I'm hitting the different truffles. And I know between the sounds, I know which ones to hit next. No, you don't get that with this game, because it's not even there. It's non-existent. This game is awful. This game's stupid. Whatever, fuck you. Spider. And outside of the music, which obviously it's god-awful, this game's actually really good. It reminds me of that Fly Swatter game from Mario Paint. This game, I will say, is very fun. You just gotta swat the spiders from hitting the cake. That's it. You get to swat the spiders from touching your cake. It's literally like very basic, and it's very monotonous, but honestly, it's very, very fun. And I can recommend this one too. So that's 3 out of 40 so far that I can recommend. You're doing great, ATGames. You're doing amazing. And being candid for a second, this game I did record for the longest amount of time because it was just having so much fun playing this game. That's how good this one was. Compared to the other ones, this is like finding like gold in a nugget of shit. Like, this is the game that you want to play. Next is Sudoku Quiz, and I'm just going to ignore this game completely because I don't even fucking like Sudoku in real life. So this is not even, I'm not even gonna touch Sudoku Quiz. This game, I can wipe my ass with this fucking game. Table Magic. You ever play that hide the ball into the cup game? And you just swap the cups around and you just go, oh, what's over here? This is Table Magic. basically it's like hiding the ball into the cup. This is almost the end of the damn console, and this is the fucking games that we have to work with. Treasure hunt. I bet you played those maze games on the back of cereal boxes where they tell you to find the right path to get to the center of the map. Well, this is that game. On your way to get the treasure, there's invisible stuff that is in the ocean that flashes on the screen for just a couple seconds before you get started. This is honestly just a boring game. It's not that fun, and the song that plays is just on a loop like every other song in the game. And it's just, don't even bother with this one either. And the next one is second to last. We have Warehouse Keeper. Ugh, just a really shitty version of Boxes. I'm sure everyone's seen a Boxes clone on every single game system that's a knockoff console of something. The knockoff Wii has the similar concepts. Boxes is nothing different. Boxes is on that console too. So, I mean, you're gonna get a Boxes clone whether you like it or not. You're gonna get a puzzle clone. You're gonna get a Frogger clone. You're gonna get something, a clone of something that you recognize. That's just the way it works. They see a game that's recognizable, and they're like, oh, well, people like this game, so might as well make a copy of it, but change it up a little bit so it's not the same. Change it up a little bit. I swear, the amount of times that I've said the word clone, the amount of times I've picked up the fact that some of these games are recognizable games from other systems or other consoles or what have you. Some of these games are just knockoffs, and this is what this console really is. It's a knockoff Sega Genesis. Let's get to the last game. The fuck? Why'd I waste my fucking time? And and here we are, the very last game, Whack-A-Wolf. And as I was saying with all the other games, I don't understand the correlation between Pop Goes the Weasel and Whack-A-Mole, Whack-A-Wolf, whatever the fuck. It's just a Whack-A-Mole clone, and it's got Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf. Like, this is for the last game on the console. This is maddening. This is crazy. How can you have a console and have this be the last fucking game on the list? I'm sure it's not the last game made because it went in alphabetical order, but it doesn't fucking matter. This game should not be the last one on this console. It should have been like something more entertaining. I don't know. Fuck this game. Fuck this console. God damn. You could have put any other game on this console, but you put a clone of Whack-A-Mole, which wolves should not even be involved in this. Why change it to Whack-A-Wolf? I don't understand. And how come you can hit Red Riding Hood with a mallet? What the hell? Honestly, I can definitely safely say that this was a waste of my fucking time. But I did it because I wanted to make sure that you guys got to understand why this fucking console is a piece of shit. Well, that was every single arcade game on this console. And I can tell you, I don't feel better that I reviewed the rest of this console. I feel like absolute dog shit right now. Why did I do it? Why did I go back and revisit this? Why? Well, to me, I feel like it was unfinished business. I feel like I had to go back and check out what I was missing on the second portion of this console. I've only checked out the Sega Genesis games before, and that's mainly because I know what to expect. I know what the Sega Genesis games should be like, but without having physical versions of them, I can't compare the two. Why did I go back and review the second portion of this game, you might be asking? Why did I take all this effort to review the second part of this console? Well, it's very simple. The first part, I knew what to expect. I knew what the game should have been like, and now that weren't, I knew that it was my duty to share what's wrong with these games. Now, the second part is harder to distinguish because they're whole different games altogether. Some of them are games that other pirated consoles have had in the past, like Boxes or like Whack-A-Mole, or other games such as that. Like Snake is always on every single pirated console. Snake is everywhere. You can't even get away from Snake. Snake is the quintessential arcade game that they rip off every time, besides Pac-Man and boxes, which they always decide to put on every one of these consoles as boxes. What is so entertaining about boxes? Ugh. Anyway, it was my duty to share with you the what's wrong with this console, why you shouldn't buy this console. Sure, the flashback fixed all these issues, but only slightly, and the sound issue is probably still there. And how do you even get the sound emulation wrong on this console? Gee, why? What is the point? I need to bring this console back where it belongs. There's only one place a console like this belongs. That's back in the basement. This damn console, nothing but trouble. Nothing but trouble.